It took me a while to get to where I am today. Here in this boat with a girl whose smile sings lullabies to my heart. Ironically, I've been here before, but with someone else. What once was a beautiful relationship ended up to become an endless debate of pointless arguments. And just like the beginning of a relationship, one thing led to another, and indifference brought the best out of us. Actually, the worst out of us.
It's not like that. So, Victoria!
But I ended up here, loving someone who gets the best out of me, and telling you about my breakup recovery. Stage 1: Isolation. At this stage, you start noticing that your social life has drastically depleted. The one person you used to talk to on a daily basis isn't there to share her stories anymore and complain about how bad her day was. You isolate yourself from life and blame yourself for what has happened. Which brings us to stage 2: wanting her back. After spending a ridiculous amount of time isolating yourself from the outside world, you start to go out again. But the thought that that special person isn't yours to love anymore is too much to get your head around, and you dream about getting her back. You also hope for a magical reunion that will just never happen. Stage 3: what was I thinking? When you have gotten used to being alone, you realize that lingering on to your past has not been doing you any good. You actually start to regret having spent time with your ex, opposed to wanting her back. And you are actually quite happy and content with what life has had to offer you. And you couldn't care less about what your ex thinks about you anymore. You can actually say that at this stage you've moved on, and now all you need is coincidence. It takes different people a different amount of time to get to this stage, but sooner or later it will happen. And if it does, your friends are the ones who are to thank. Their love, affection, and loyalty has shown you what type of person you want to end up with. When luck has it, you coincidentally cross paths with someone who possesses these qualities. True friends are the most important people you will have in your life. But I have to say that happiness also lies with a girl of your dreams. Which brings us to the last stage. The stage where you start to realize that everything worked out perfectly. If you look back at the person who you once were and contrast it to the one who you are today, you won't regret a single thing. The answer to my recovery was always right in front of me. I just neglected to ever notice her.